Bloomberg Audio Studios. Podcasts, radio, news.
The Stock Movers Report, your roundup of companies making moves in the stock market, harnessing the power of Bloomberg data.
I'm Carol Massar along with Tim Stanovic. Let's get a look at some of the stocks on the move this week. Bloomberg News equities reporter Jordan Fitzgerald is here in our Bloomberg Interactive Broker studio. Chip names, right, or related. We definitely were watching them this week.
For sure. Something less salacious than the Epstein files, but still interesting. So looking at Micron and SanDisk this week, SanDisk number one gainer in the S&P 500 with Micron number 5.
Did we talk about this with you yesterday?
We did. We talked about this yesterday,
Yeah.
how we were a little bit baffled.
For the year.
SanDisk was up almost, did we say 200%?
I know.
It was in the fives.
I'll check on that while you guys
Carol's going to look. She's going to confirm. Okay,
but
sorry, I interrupted you.
No worries. SanDisk ended the week up 15%, Micron up about 10%. And this comes after Micron's results earlier this week and kind of shows that this memory and storage system and chip space or subsector within the AI space is really kind of thriving amid more ambiguous signals in the rest of that sector.
It's just, this whole AI story is we just hit our third year of talking about it. It's interesting how it continues to evolve. SanDisk is up 560%.
I was
number one gainer in the S&P 500. That's okay. There's Western Digital is number 2, 301%. You mentioned Micron up to almost 216% year to date.
That's where I got the 2.
Yeah, well done. Number 5, top in the S&P 500.
Okay, what about Rivian?
Rivian kind of came in and surprised me this week. It wasn't doing so well last week after it had this AI and autonomy investor day. Traders were, I think, they needed a bit of time to metabolize what they'd been told, but now they're full sending on Rivian. Rivian up 22% this week. That's the best week since July of last year, and closed at a record high, closed at a 2-year high. And Wedbush's Dan Ives boosted his price target from $16 to $25 today. And this really comes off the back of what they said at this autonomy day last week, this push into building their own AI chips and getting full self-driving out. And also, traders have really, really been looking forward to Rivian dropping the R2. It's their mid-size SUV. It's supposed to be a quote-unquote cheaper model, and they think it could really change the game. There's not really a lot of cheaper EVs in the market. Tesla put theirs out earlier this year, and the market kind of said that's not actually that cheap enough. And so this could really shake up the sector.
It's up 70%, almost 70% year to date.
Yes, and important to say that Tesla also hit a record high this week. So lots going on in the EV space, even as EV demand is allegedly waning in the US.
I will say almost 17% of the float is short. So sentiment on that one. And they're not profitable yet, right? Still.
No, they're still losing a lot of money.
But that happens sometimes.
Okay, so we talked about chips earlier. Across the pond, they call French fries chips.
You love this story.
It's a great segue.
Thank you. Thank you. That was all for you, Jordan.
Thank you. Lamb Weston frozen potato product brand. So all those frozen French fries, frozen tater tots, stuff like that, dropped 26% for its worst day since July of last year. And that's a 2017 low for the stock. So it did come in one of the worst performers week over week, but it's really on those losses today after the company reaffirmed its full year guidance. Investors had been hoping that guidance would come in on the top end of that range, but they maintained this broader one.
This was one of my decliners, and I went back and I looked at the chart over the last year.
Yeah.
And there were all these days where there were precipitous declines in the company's share price. It just seems very volatile in that sense.
Yes, and
then it goes back up, and then it precipitously declines.
Yeah, it's an interesting chart, and it's also how many frozen potato product brands are in the S&P 500. They have I think a $6 billion market cap, and they make kind of one kind of product.
Yeah.
So I think that maybe if there's something going on with potatoes, you're really, really liable to swing.
The Stock Movers Report from Bloomberg Radio. Check back with us throughout the day for the latest roundup of companies making news on Wall Street. And for the latest market-moving headlines, listen to Bloomberg Radio live. Catch us on YouTube, Bloomberg.com, and on Apple CarPlay and Android Auto with the Bloomberg Business app.